In this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 awesome recipes and snack ideas using grapefruit for your weight loss journey. Hi, I'm Linda Poirier with BodiesAfterBabies.com, helping you fit into your jeans, get your sexy back, and find a life of happy. Grapefruit is an excellent choice when it comes to having a healthy snack. What makes it great for weight loss is not only that it's low in calories, but it's also high in nutrients. A half of a grapefruit will give you half of your daily requirements for vitamin C. It also has 20% less sugars than what you will find in an orange. Studies have shown that grapefruit can help reduce those insulin levels, and when you have those lower insulin levels, you'll get those less spikes throughout the day, also helping you lose fat. According to the American Heart Association, using grapefruits can actually reduce your risk of having a stroke, especially in women. Pink grapefruit is also rich in beta-carotene, which is awesome at slowing the aging process down and also has been known to help with hyperpigmentation. There's only 50 calories in a half a grapefruit, which will give you a little bit of fiber, about 1 to 1.5 grams of fiber, and the rest is in sugars, but it's natural sugars. The first recipe I'm going to show you is just simply having your grapefruit with cinnamon. So what you're going to do is you grab a grapefruit, find out where the navel is, the top and the bottom, and you're going to cut it just simply in half. No big deal. Oh, I could smell it already. Okay. So then you're going to take that and you just cut around the grapefruit like that, and then you're just going to divide it in sections. Go all the way around the fruit. Super easy. Then I'm going to take my cinnamon and I'm just going to sprinkle some cinnamon on top. Now, some people are used to dousing with sugar. We're trying to stay away from sugar as much as possible. I just want to show you an easy way to make the grapefruit. Now, you can let it sit for a minute and let that cinnamon go in. Now, some people think cinnamon, that sounds super weird, but it actually is really, really good. You could add some stevia if you do want a little bit more of a sweeter taste. But now all you do is you're just going to go in, you make sure, and then you just go in and grab it, and that's it. The second recipe we're going to do is a grapefruit and avocado salad. Now, it sounds really weird to mix grapefruit and avocado, but I promise you it tastes actually really, really good, and the dressing that I pair with it is going to be fantastic. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a grapefruit and just find the ends, and then instead of cutting halfways like the last recipe for my grapefruit, you're going to just go along that line and cut. So it's going to look like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to cut in to the middle of it, which is where the bitterness happens in the grapefruit. And then just take that part out. Then all you do is cut it into wedges. And you can then just peel it and pop it in a bowl. This is a really quick and easy trick, so you don't have to sit all day and fiddle with the white stuff. And then you just pop it in the bowl. Now, if you want to get fancy with it, you can actually line them up with the avocado, but I'm just showing you the best way possible just to get her done. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take an avocado and you're going to slice it up. Make sure when you go to buy an avocado that when you press it, you can actually feel it a little bit soft. A lot of times you'll go into the store and you'll grab it and it's rock hard and it takes forever to actually ripen. But you can ripen it by just putting it on the counter overnight or a couple days if it needs to be. So then I'm just going to cut it and cut the end off so that I can just pull it apart. It's pretty soft, so, well, it kind of worked. take out the pit. Peel it. And then just chop it up. So you just have to slice it up. Avocados are awesome for healthy fats, and fats fill you up. All right, that's like that. Pop it into the bowl. And now for the next step. Grab a red onion or purple onion. I call it purple, doesn't matter. Grab an onion and chop it up. Do about 1/4 cup of onion. I already had some pieces left over, so just use that. It's optional. You don't have to use an onion in there. It gives it just a little bit of a kick, but it's not necessary. I'll chop it a little bit more fine and then pop it in the bowl. And now for the dressing. What I love to use are blood oranges and blood orange flavored olive oil. That is a really, really good combo. I love making this dressing. It tastes a lot better than just a regular orange. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna get a blood orange, cut it, and it has that red inside to it. It looks like blood. Little weird at first, but all you do is you're gonna squeeze it. Okay, so we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of orange juice. I like to use a measuring cup, that way it's easy to pour when you're done with it. You can control also the portions that you need for your salad. Then I like to use the blood orange olive oil. You can find this at olive oil stores. I get it when I go to the Okanagan in summer, which is in BC. I absolutely love it. They do have some stuff locally now too, so which is great. And 2 tablespoons of that. And then just mix it up. Next, you're gonna take a lime and you're going to cut it. Now, before I cut it, you can just roll it a little bit and that'll loosen the juice a bit, or you can warm it up in the microwave if you want, and that'll loosen it, but that'll do. And then you just cut it and squeeze a lime into it. You can use as much lime juice as you want. If you want to cut back and only do it half, that's fine too. You always see people doing recipes and they make it suit to their needs, so that's okay. You can also grate a little bit in there. I'm not going to, sometimes I do. I do that in my salsa recipe and I can link to that. And then next, all you have to do is grab a little bit of honey. I have Manuka honey. Just do a teaspoon. Don't go crazy with it. I don't want to go too high. Honey's a nice natural sweetener, but it is also high in carbs and sugar. Naturally, it's sugar. So you don't want to wreck your efforts in weight loss. So just use 1 teaspoon, just enough to sweeten it. You can also use stevia, but I do a little bit. You're not going to have the whole teaspoon anyways, because that's a lot of dressing on there. And what I've made is actually 2 servings. Then you just mix it up, add some pepper to it, however much you want, and some salt. I just got these cute little mason jars. They're adorable, and you can just pour that into the little jar, and this will make enough for 2 servings. You could even skimp a little bit more on it. You don't really need a whole lot, but it is nice for the little extra punch. So then all you do is you grab your salad and you can even just add a tablespoon. A little goes a long way. Then I'm just gonna mix it up. And there's your salad. You get the creaminess from the avocado and you get the little bite from the grapefruit, but it's not too bitter at all. It actually evens out. It's really, really good. So for the third recipe, I'm gonna be making chocolate covered grapefruit, because let's face it, everything's better with chocolate. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take another grapefruit and we are gonna slice it like how we did in the salad. So find the ends, cut it in half, and take out the middle. As some of you may know, I'm a super duper chocoholic. You're gonna be seeing a lot of chocolate recipes in here. I love it, I do crave it, and so I kind of try and find ways that I can enjoy it without totally wrecking my body. So you're gonna cut and take that middle out, and then all you're gonna do is cut it in wedges so that we're gonna be able to dip the chocolate in it. Now, if you wanted to keep the rind on, you could and then just drizzle the chocolate. I'm not gonna do that. With this cutting method, you get rid of the peel pretty easily. There'll be some where it has a little bit on there and you have to peel it off. But for the most part, it's a really easy way to have these slices without spending 5 years trying to peel it. And I'm showing you the recipe for a half of a grapefruit. I've mentioned in some of my other videos, grapefruit's really great and it has 52 calories, around 50 calories for a medium grapefruit. So we don't want to go too overboard because we're also doing chocolate. We want to keep it around the 100 calorie mark just to be a little snack. So what I did was take the half of a grapefruit, which is giving me about 7 pieces. You can make it as thick or as thin as you want. And I have chocolate already melted. I use a special chocolate. You don't have to. You can just use dark chocolate chips. The milk chocolate is going to be higher sugars, whereas the dark chocolate, you don't get that. Look at the back of the labels to see what's all in the chocolate. But if you get pure dark chocolate, it's going to be low in carb. I use one that they're individually wrapped. They are infused with green tea and vitamins, and it's really, really good. I can leave a link in the description below. But what I've done is taken one of these because one of these is only 60 calories and 6 grams of carbs. So I've melted it already. I've done it in one of my little fondue pots. So I melted it like that while I did the other stuff. But you can melt it in any way you want. Just get melted chocolate. Then you can take the little fondue fork if you have one, or just a regular fork, grab it, and you can dip it. And you can just do one-sided. I mean, you're not going to get a lot of chocolate if you're only using a one little square, but just go low carb. So this is 6 grams of carbs. So if you can have just a little bit, you might only dip the ends, but it's something. And then you can just place it on the plate and then do that throughout. I love this chocolate. When I cleanse, I can even use this chocolate. I'm not the fanciest when it comes to cooking. Okay, I loaded this way too much on the first one. And it needs to sit on my warmer. But the important thing is just to have a little bit of that chocolate. It doesn't have to be doused in chocolate, just something as a treat. And like I said, everything is better with chocolate. And you can sprinkle just a touch of the salt. Now, the secret, like I mentioned earlier, is if you put a little bit of sea salt on it, it cuts the bitterness of the grapefruit. So because you're having dark chocolate and the grapefruit, I would just sprinkle just a smidge on there. Don't be afraid of salt. Be afraid of the loaded products with sodium. But don't be afraid of sea salt. Pop it in the fridge, and in about 10 minutes, you'll get yummy grapefruit. And there's my yummy little chocolate I'm gonna enjoy. And that's it. 3 easy recipes that are low in calories and carbs and use easy ingredients. It doesn't take much time to make it all and can help you in your health journey. Be sure to check out some of my other videos and subscribe if you haven't done so. Click the little bell icon to be notified when I do upload. I am uploading all the time. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.